Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to show you a long-term effects of what can happen when you plant plants in the wrong place or you don't do the proper soil prep and bed prep before you plant. These are two stumps from two different trees that were removed out of the landscape. The landscape is thick with clay. This is the top of the root where it got cut off and then just was dug up. But what I want you to notice is look at all the major roots of this tree. And I mean, obviously they're cut, but look at how they were right here on the surface and they were growing across the top of the ground rather than growing down. And this is the second one right here, but we've got it turned upside down. But look at how all of the roots, instead of growing down into the soil, look at how the clay prevented them from going into the ground, and they basically just started circling and just forming just this one big root ball mass just right underneath the surface of the ground. You see the same thing on this one. You can see where all the major roots, they weren't growing down, they were growing across the top of the ground. And the reason this is because the clay is so tight and so thick and so compacted, the plant doesn't have the energy or the strength to actually penetrate and grow through it. So the proper thing to do in a landscape situation where you're trying to plant shrubs, these happen to be trees, but the same thing will happen with shrubs, is you want to make sure that you're digging a lot of that clay out, and you want to make sure you're backfilling with a good landscape mix, something that's going to be soft and easy to penetrate and permeate with the root system of the plants. Another disadvantage, not necessarily with trees, but more so with shrubs, is that, you know, if you just dig straight into the clay, you actually start to form a bowl, and these root balls will end up just sitting in water if you irrigate too much or if we get too much rain, and that'll end up causing wet roots, which can lead to plant death. So anyway, this is just a good example of what the long-term results of a plant will end up being if they're planted in a bunch of clay. You don't get healthy roots. Both of these trees were kind of leaning and they just didn't really look right. And then, like I said, there again, you just get this big mass just right underneath the surface of the ground. So anyway, just remember to dig out your beds. Bed prep is very important. With flowers the most, shrubs the second, trees probably the last. But it's important for all of it. So if you got any questions or need any help, let us know. Look forward to hearing from you.